So here I'm just continuing the drive through Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and I'm on the loop right now, which is, I think it's about 18 miles for the loop, to drive the loop, but part of the problem is once you get about 12 miles through it, it's actually shut down because the road, I don't know if it got washed out or something happened, and I think they tried to fix it and then it got washed out again, so then, I don't know, it's been shut down probably for 5 years or something. I've been coming out here for 10 years, and I've probably been out here 50 or 60 times or better. It's just something I like to come out here for the heck of it on a nice day. But of course, typical government, they're not real fast about fixing anything. So basically, got to drive this particular road. As far as you can drive it is the 12 miles, and you got to turn around and head back. But you never know what you'll see along here. Sometimes it's usually horses and bison. Maybe some prairie dogs. Not so much. I don't see those too much on this part of the loop because they have little prairie dog towns that you'll see them at a lot, where they're all kind of congregated together. But along here, it's mainly just like your stuff like that. Your hills and stuff. And there's some areas that's kind of really neat rock formations, or you might see coal vein, which is just basically a layer of coal. And actually right up here, just up this road to the right, is an area where one was on fire for like a couple years. The coal vein fire, like lightning struck or something and lit up that coal, and then just sit there and smoldered for at least 2 years, I think. But it's out now. The last few times I've been by here, it's not been smoking or smoldering. I'm going to turn off right here. This is just a little parking lot off where there's a trail that starts up here. But it's kind of neat because there's a neat little rock formation right up here. And I do quite a few times I've seen wild horses up in this area, but I don't know if I'll see any today. But that's that rock formation that I was telling you about. It's kind of cool. And then there's a hill up there, and there's a trail that starts here. I'm not going to get out and go on it, but it is here. And sorry, my camera's focusing on the dashboard. But, I'll zoom back out here in a minute once I get turned around. So that's the area up there where the coal vein fire was. We'll drive by it, or I'll drive by it here in a minute, and you'll see they had it fenced off and everything so people wouldn't go up to it and whatever. But I think lightning strike is what got it. But you can see different layers in the rock here. I'm not a geologist by any means. I don't pretend to be. It doesn't really pique my interest too much, but there are different layers. I think that black one right there is probably coal vein, they call it, where it's just a layer of coal. I'm not a geologist by any means. I don't really care about it too much, but it is kind of cool. I care about it enough just that its stuff looks cool. That's about all I know about it or care about it. But right up here, I think there's even still this sign that says, coal vein fire ahead, do not report. So they don't want you to call in because they already know about it. Again, it was going for like 2 years, I think, at least. But it's right over here, kind of where the camera's pointing. I'm doing a bad thing. I'm filming and driving, but there's hardly anybody out here, and I'm not driving real fast, so I can kind of justify it, I think. But they've got it all fenced off, and that's where it was. Right over there. They kind of dug it out, too, so to kind of stop it, I think, from spreading too much. I'll try to get up here, and you can see, that's the area. But every time for like 2 years I came out here, you just see it smoldering, smoke coming out off of it. That's the only area I've seen like that out here. More of the hills to the left. Go up this hill. got a diesel in this truck. It's a small, supposedly quiet one, but it gets kind of noisy when you're going up a hill. But for the most part, this truck is pretty quiet. I had another diesel before this one, and it was pretty loud, and I didn't really need it anymore, so I got rid of it. Don't really need this one either. Probably going to sell it too. But we do still have a camper for a little while anyway. And there's some of the rock. Oh, there's a couple buffalo up there. You probably didn't see them, but they're behind the tree. Since there's nobody behind me, I'll stop and zoom in. They are just up there. You can see them sitting up top of the hill. You kind of develop an eye for things when you drive out here, like just catching things like that as you're driving by. I'm sure a lot of things I miss, but every once in a while you're just driving by and you're like, oh, I saw whatever up there. And this is, I've seen the bison sit up here and just kind of sit in that loose rock. I don't know, sandstone or whatever that is. I've seen them sit up there and just kind of sun themselves there. But this is an area up here, and I'll try to be careful not to drive and do my camera too much, but I'm just I don't know if you can see the view, but there's people here. There's the area where you can park, and there's places where you can just hike down to. There's a trail and just see the nature or the beauty. There's some off to the left here too. So we're kind of up on a ridge here. And you can see there's a little trail right there that the buffalo have kind of worn into the ground. That, again, is an area where sometimes they sit and sun themselves. Sometimes they're off to the left. I thought there was, but there are actually a few trees. So there's nothing. I don't see anything out there. Sometimes you see a few trees, and you think it's a buffalo or something, but it's like, oh, just a few lone trees out there. Here's a little trail that goes down, looks out over that area. So again, we're on the loop that goes to the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. And we're probably 6 or 8 miles into this loop. But again, at 12 miles, I have to turn around, come back because it's closed off. But there's more scenic areas there. There's a little area here where you can pull off and park if you want. Hike around or take pictures. There's more rock formations. And that's about it for now. I'm going to stop the video and maybe start it up if there's something new or different.